live from WPC24, and as a closing show for the day, I'm going to bring on the CEO of Advando and the Managing Director of Advando Americas. Gentlemen, if you would join me at the mic.
Thanks, Peter. My name's Chris Bostel, Managing Director of the Americas side of things. So we're going to talk a little bit about growing a better future and how Advando is working towards building a better future. And to do that, in order to build a better future, it starts with the three pillars of future-proofing your organization. That's people, technology, and methodology. But if you notice, the very, very first aspect of that is people. So to develop your people for the future, you need to have a strategy and a long-term plan. So you're talking turnarounds and all that type of sort of good stuff with projects. You got your milestone planning. So you got to understand where are your people now, where do they need to be, and how you're going to achieve that success down the road, that sustainable success.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. My name is Arjen, CEO of the Advando Group. Guys all in our booth. Talk about people, Chris. We work since many years with an assessment based on the theories of Jung. It's not like a test or something, really a measurement of people where they stand in their career, measure their archetypes, competencies that stick along to a specific archetype. And they can be on or off, or can be adapt. So what we actually do, we try to put a mirror in front of our colleagues that they really understand who they are. And then we can say, okay, how are we going to help you developing your insight about yourself? And once you know that, then we can develop you as a professional, make sure that you get the right seat, the right bus in our business.
And then moving over to the next side of that future-proofing aspect and a better future is the technology aspect. So with your technology, what happens quite often is you're purchasing an out-of-the-box solution, but the out-of-the-box solution may not fit your process. So it's very important to build a framework that your process works around, where it works to your process.
Yeah, and about technology, it's always needed. It's very important to have a methodology, a process behind any technology. So what we're trying to do is having our building blocks in our own playbook, translate them to a specific process of the client, and then want to translate that to a specific technology which is based on building blocks.
Any questions so far from the crowd? Nothing yet?
Guy in the back with the beard, perhaps? Any questions?
Yeah, man, looks like he's tied up right now.
Client. Let him go.
Yeah,
so more important.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no more important than our show up here. Absolutely.
Okay.
So
you were saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Technology.
Methodology next.
Methodology.
Would you like to go, or you want me to go?
Go ahead.
Okay. So then we're talking about methodology. So with your methodology, no technology is going to work without a proper process, proper compliance from your team members within following your process. So it doesn't matter what the process is, but you need to have a good, solid methodology, and that's supporting your people. So being able to actually build the entire framework and understanding where you're going, train the people to fit within that process, and really drive the technology so you can use it and maximize your earnings and your potential and your return on investment.
Yeah, what we actually are going to do is slightly a bit disruptive, because many of our many of our clients they have of course a process, a methodology, and they come to a certain point and say, okay, we need software, we need a solution. So they invite some vendors, potential vendors, say, okay, make us a quote about your software, but they're all, let's say, out of the box, right from the shelf, right?
That's right.
So what's happening, and that really, as being not an SME, it's flabbergasting. I really still don't understand. They buy a software and they change their process accordingly to the software. So they let technology, software, built by people who don't have any years foot on the ground experience in the field, dictate how they have to work. So we're going to change that.
Yeah, think of it, a good example would be driving your car. So think of it like buying how does it work there? The left-handed or the right-handed is the opposite side? Left-handed drive? Yeah, so think of it like buying a regular car and like for Canada and USA, where we're driving on the left-hand side of the road, but you buy a left-handed car and you decide you're just going to start and drive on the right-hand side of the road on the opposite to the traffic direction. So you can't do that. So you're buying an out-of-the-box solution which doesn't fit the process of what's going on around you.
Yeah, and then people get hurt. cards, but they think, well, we put a sticker on the car. For Europe, and I'm driving in the UK, so take care, beware. I'm driving here, so it's really crazy. But again, we're really gonna do some great stuff in deploying our new ways about the framework and technology. So yeah, keep following us and see what's happening. Thank you so far.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Arjen and Chris. And with that, our program for today's WPC is ended, but we will be back here tomorrow morning with more presentations. Please be prepared to tune in then. You don't want to miss it. If you weren't able to get down here in person, this is the next best thing.